In a world with an estimated 7 billion people, approximately 975 million of us go to sleep hungry. This isn't the feeling that a person gets when they haven't eaten enough for dinner, but the feeling of not having eaten all day. Hunger has three meanings: the uneasy or painful sensation caused by the want of food, the want or scarcity of food in a country, or a strong desire or craving. When talked about on a more global scale, world hunger is better known as malnutrition, which indicates a lack of some or all nutritional elements necessary for humans. Places all over the world deal with this problem. Around 578 million in Asia and the Pacific, 239 million in Sub-Saharan Africa, 53 million in Latin America and the Caribbean, 37 million near East and North Africa, and even 19 million in developed countries. Though the world produces enough food to feed everyone, malnutrition is everywhere, some places more than others, and even in places where you wouldn't expect. Malnutrition isn't just something that sprung out of nowhere. It has been prevalent throughout the existence of Earth. The main cause of hunger is poverty because of people's lack of resources and extremely unequal income distribution within the world or the country. Climate changes such as floods, droughts, flooding, and changing climate patterns could affect the availability, production of food because of destroyed crops.
Man mission statement. Malnutrition contributes to more than half of all childhood deaths associated with infectious diseases like malaria and pneumonia. We aim to prevent childhood deaths to serve acute malnutrition by treating the condition through production and distribution of fortified foods. MANA is serving people in Kenya, Sudan, Rwanda, Chad, Sierra Leone, and more. MANA makes long-term differences in the lives of children. They help, and it is necessary for the long haul around the world for generations to come. MANA understands the role as a corporate citizen and will act responsibly in every community where it goes and works. MANA collaborates its importance for innovation, so we will bring together experts from all backgrounds to discover the next big thing. MANA uses a substance called RUTF to solve the childhood hunger issues in the places they serve. Feed my starving children. Feeding God's starving children hungry in body and spirit. Feed My Starving Children reaches out to 70 countries and has the highest nutritional value in the food to meet the needs of starving children. Feed My Starving Children is committed to supporting long-term feeding programs, which helps ensures the continued growth of the children who receive the food. Feed My Starving Children is a trusted and respected organization in all the areas where it serves. Feeding My Starving Children has 4 basic ingredients in every package: rice, soy, vitamins, and dehydrated vegetables. Feed My Starving Children has made it so that 22 cents can pay for one meal and $1.32 can make a pack that can be shipped overseas to feed starving children. World Vision. Motivated by our faith in Jesus Christ, we serve alongside the poor and oppressed as a demonstration of God's unconditional love for people. World Vision reaches out to nearly 100 million people around the world in nearly 100 countries. World Vision is a program that is not short-run or lived. They stay with a child, family, and community for years. World Vision lets you support a child until they are of adulthood, or a child can prosper by himself and make a family and raise a family, knowing what to do and having a skill set to do so. World Vision gives food to people, drills wells, and distributes seeds to communities to live better. Besides food and water, World Vision also teaches and educates parents how to keep their children healthy.
The first step in the solution for international hunger is to treat cases of malnutrition in both children and adults. Malnutrition is the result of an unbalanced diet and it is always an effect of starvation. Malnutrition often causes permanent damage to the individual, so treating it immediately is very important. A good ideal solution to malnutrition is the RUTF food provided by Manor Nutrition. The food that manna provides is cheap, easy to administer, and focused on preventing malnutrition in the short run. With the first step in fighting world hunger being fighting malnutrition, the first thing we should do is to distribute anti-malnutrition foods through organizations such as manna in order that they reach as many consumers as possible. The second step involves the adjustment of food prices and the distribution of the food. The price of food has been going up recently, and this has and will have an obvious negative effect on the ability of third world residents to obtain food, as up to 70% of the sub-Saharan African's daily income is spent on food. Lowering food prices and increasing the availability of food will be the hardest part, because it will have to be a coordinated effort among growers, suppliers, and sellers in the affected regions. However, when we have a plan worked out, then feeding the hunger will be an easy task, as the world already produces more than enough food for itself.
I apologize for the suffering and pain you have to go through on a daily basis, struggling to provide food not only for yourself, but also for your family. People in the United States and more, generally first world countries, complain about the most trivial and insignificant issues in our daily lives. We focus on the new gadget or new car and put our money into these things first, when we should be focusing on the greater problems, like people in nations where basic needs like food are in desperate need.
Studies have shown that the world has enough food to sustain a population of over 10 billion people, although even with this 3 billion per person excess of food available, we have not even come near to eradicating world hunger. This issue should not currently be a problem. This is the 21st century. Clean water and food should be available to everyone in the world, considering all of our modern technology and advancements, and the excess of wealth in America especially.
I apologize that we throw away 40% of all of our food. Nearly half of what we purchase ends up in the trash. You would think that people should buy less and use the extra money to help the starving, but that has yet to come to pass. Literally, on all of our holidays, we overindulge on food, like Thanksgiving, where instead we should be showing our appreciation for what we have and sharing with others. But we choose to self-indulge ourselves with more food and to show our thankfulness. So again, I'm sorry for the lack of support and help we have failed to provide, and showing us not for teaching a man how to fish, but rather giving food without teaching or helping, to set up a self-sustainable system of food production. I hope this next generation can be different. I pray that we will not just sit back and watch, but rather step up and become leaders in the fight against world hunger. Blessed are those who are generous, because they feed the poor. Proverbs 2:9.
Fantastic.